Hello friends and welcome again to my channel. Remember to hit like and subscribe buttons. So in the last section we are talking about Laravel 8 from scratch, and I said that in the following section, which is this one, I'm going to talk about everything to do with databases. So I think that before that, I shall talk about Blade templates first, or the front end first, before I go back to the database, because when I start talking about the models and database, we are going to talk about controllers also. So I saw that it's important we do that by doing a project. So the project we are going to do is building a blog, and that blog I have a front end part of it, and that this is the code here. I leave the repository in the link in the description section, but I just want to show you how we can integrate this theme into our Laravel application. So the first thing is just to clone it, and just click on clone. Just go to, if you go to my GitHub account, you're going to, let me just go back to my GitHub account. Is /Simon Nabuk, and then repositories. You're going to get this repository here, and just click on it, and then you clone. So I want to show you how we can integrate this into the Laravel application you are working on. So here you see the front end will change. We are just serving this, and if we go to contact like that, we are just having these plain pages. But how now do we serve the real pages? So I'm going to talk about how we can integrate your theme into the Laravel application front end, and how you can now work with Blade template. I'm going to explain what it is. So the first thing is to go to GitHub, and then I just want to stop this server by doing Ctrl+C, move back, and then I'm going to clone. So just do git clone. After copying that, you saw I went to this and then copied, like I clicked on copy like this, and then I can go to the terminal, the directory I want to clone that project, and do git clone and paste that link. So it will clone that project into this YouTube folder. So let's hit enter. So it is downloading the project, and if we do ls, you are going to see that it has cloned this Laravel crash course blog theme. So we have that as a directory in our YouTube folder. So people ask what is a directory. A directory is a folder. It's the same as a folder. So I think it is good for me to explain that. I'm used to using that. So let's cd into so let me just open that directory so that I can show you. So if I just click on here, if I go to the htdocs and YouTube, if I open that directory, you are going to find that we have this this is the theme that we are going to use. So I can double click on it so that you can open in a browser, and this is how it is going to look like. Though as you can see, these things are hard coded, but now I'll be going through how we can now connect this with the Laravel backend. So we are going just to use this as a theme, but then it will be working. For example, somebody can click on this and it's going to open that post. So how do we integrate it? Well, the first thing, let me just close that. The first thing is this. The first thing is that we need to use what? These files. We need to use some of these files. We need to use the CSS, the images that are there, the JavaScript, This one you can leave, is not important. The vendor CSS, you can just copy this. How do you copy them? Highlight and then right click and copy. After that, we'll navigate to our project directory. So our project directory is, let us just look for it. So our project directory is in local disk C, XAMPP, htdocs, YouTube, and we have this crash course. So inside this, I had said earlier that inside the public directory is where you have our static files and the compiled assets. So the compiled JavaScript, compiled CSS, SCSS, all of them are going to be inside this public directory. But now this we are just importing this. So the first thing, we'll create a folder, and that folder we are going to call it, let's just call it theme, because it is our theme. It is the theme we are going to use. And then we open that, and then we paste all that code. Not code, you paste that those files. So after pasting those files, why are we pasting those files? Because we are going to require them. We are doing a bit of so we have pasted, just follow me, we have pasted in the public directory. Another thing we do, let's open this using VS Code. Not VS Code, let's open an editor called brackets. I have two editors, brackets and VS Code. So this time I'm opening using brackets. And as it opens, let me explain one thing. Laravel uses a templating engine called Blade. So what is a templating engine? It is a templating engine is like a package or a library. It's like a library that helps you separate the code or the logic from the presentation. So what I mean is that you can write it has a simple syntax for maybe writing the code or nesting the code inside the HTML. So you are going to see what it is and how it works. In Laravel, we can use one theme to extend. We can extend one theme to be used with various files or various pages. So let's say that we want that the front end part of displays this navigation bar, but the backend does not display this navigation bar. What we are going to do is to create two layouts. So you can create layouts, different layouts. So you are going to create the backend layout and then the front end layout. So let me show you. So we just in this views directory, we are going to right click and create a folder that we are going to call layouts. So from these layouts, let's create another file, and I'm just going to name it front.blade.php. So why am you have to name .blade? Because it is the Blade templating engine that we are using, so that we can be able to use the syntax for that Blade engine. So it is in the layouts and the front. This is the main or master layout or master page, and from this you can from this layout here you can extend the code and use the same layout in various pages. So let me just show you. For example, I can do that. I'm just creating simple HTML, and I'll just do this and name it master layout, like that. And then here inside the body, I'll just do, there is what we call extends. let me just, we have what you call yield, not that, at yield, and we just call that content. Okay, content. I will explain everything, and then here I will just do h1 and name it. This is the master layout, and then I just do a paragraph and do this layout can be used by multiple pages. Now after that we have saved, so this is like our template. We want to use this in all pages. So at yield means that we can import this, and anything that we'll put inside, we'll extend this content with, is going to go down here. So let me do that by explaining so that you can understand what I'm saying. So for example, I want to use this layout. This is like the layout I want to use in about or contact page. So let me just go to about page, and what I'm going to do is to delete all these. I'll delete, and then I'll do extends. So what are we extending? We are extending the front.blade.php file, and we are extending from this, just here at this, we are extending from here. So any content we put here is going to be part of this page. Okay, any content we put here is going to display this other text. So let me do by showing. So here I'll just do extends, and the name of that is this, is layouts.front, just like that. So why we are just, it is like we are saying that import this file, and that file is in the layouts direct folder, and that file is called front. We don't have to include blade.php because this engine is wise enough to know that that is the file we are targeting. So it will go inside this directory, into layouts directory, and look for the file called front, and it will bring that code here. Then after that we have to do at section. So which section do we want to put our code? So do at section, and then you have to end. So we want to place this code in which section, and I told you the section, we named it content here. So you have to tell it that it is content. So that is the section that you want to place our code. So this our code will be, this is the about page, like that. So if we save this and visit about page, let's just go here. You first have to run the server. So you have to move into the scratch directory, and then you have to start the server there. So it is running. We can now try to visit about page, and there you go. What happens? What happens is that it has just taken this code, it has taken this and done what? And placed it where? Placed it here. So it is like, it is doing like that. So that is how the Blade template works. So what is the importance of that? The importance of that is that we can import this, we can use this as the master layout, so that we don't want to repeat our code. We don't want to be creating navigation bar for which page. We don't now want to be creating things like footer for every page. So we just have this master template, and then we can import and use in the other pages that you want to use it. And if we want to use a different layout, we can just create another here. So for example, the welcome, if I visit the home page, of application, this is how it presents. But then we can import that, still import that front-end layout that we created and use it in our welcome. So what we are going to do is just to delete everything, and again we do the way we did. It extends what layouts dot front, and then which section do you want to place our code? You want to place our code in the section called content, like that. And we can now add our code here. For example, you can just do h3. This is the about page, like that. If we save that and go to and refresh, you can see it uses the code, it uses that layout that we created, and after that it now adds its content. So that is how we can simply use Blade engine. But then I think there are many other things. For example, looping through items, it makes it very easier, and we are going to talk about that as we continue in this course. We are going to talk about that, about how we can loop through items easily using the Blade engine and things like those. So so after showing you that, what I want to do is that I want this to be the home page of our application. And as you can see, I've already imported the files that are needed, the code that is needed for maybe the function, the code in CSS. I've already imported that and placed the code in the public directory of our Laravel application. So how do we now import this? And I opened that code using another editor, which is brackets, and I want just to click on this index.html. So for us to import this, we have to copy this as it is. Just follow what I'm doing. So what you have to do is first to do this. We have to copy this header up to the body. Let's just start from the body. Just copy that. So after copying, we'll go to our master file, which is front, and paste it. So just delete everything and paste that. And then after that, we have to bring the remaining part, which is the footer. So let's just scroll down up to the footer. Where does the footer start? So the footer starts here, but I have to copy it up to the part of the body where the body ends. No. Let's copy the footer from here. Like that. Right click and copy. And then we paste below that, like that. Okay. So you know that the footer contains our scripts. The JavaScript that is responsible for maybe if I hover, it changes the color, or if I maybe click, it does what. So that is the JavaScript and CSS. And then I want to teach you a very important thing. So for example, initially all these files were in the vendor directory, and that is why you have these paths that look for this jQuery in the vendor inside the current directory. But then in Laravel we moved it in the public directory, meaning that those files are where is the vendor directory now? In our Laravel theme, our vendor directory is inside the theme, and then we have the vendor. So here we have to change that for this script to be used, or to find this jQuery, we have to change this path. And in Laravel, there is a helper. There is what we call helper. So these helper are the functions that makes your code to be a bit easier. So what you have to do is this, for example, like that. And then, so anything we write here is going to be like, we have asset. Just follow what I'm doing, I'll explain to you. And then after asset, so asset, this code, the way it is like this, it will go to, if we do this asset helper, it's going to look inside the public directory. So you are doing asset, it's going to look whatever folder here we do here inside the public directory. So it is inside asset and then theme. So it is going to look in the public directory a folder called theme, and we have this theme here. Then after that, we have now to, I don't know the way it was. Let me just go back again. And let me first copy this. I'm just going to cut. So we do that, and then the helper called asset, and this is going to look whatever folder we put inside here inside the public directory. So you have that folder called theme, and then that, and then we have the folder called vendor. This, so it will look for this file. So it will look inside the theme, and then it will look for a folder called vendor. If it gets that folder, it is going to look for a folder called jQuery, and it is here. So that is how you do these files. And then after that, let's just copy this. And again, okay, let's just go here and then do the same. Asset. Then after that, you have to close again. Like that. So, and then you also have to do this. Remember here to put theme here because we placed in the folder called theme. And then here we also have to do the same. So instead you don't understand, just ask, and I'm going to try explain in a way you will understand. Okay, so we have already imported these files. And then let's go up and do the same for the CSS. So for example, this CSS, let me just cut by doing Ctrl X. And same for this. So that is our we still have one here. So now that is it. So let's try to do something. Let's try to import this theme and use it. In this body you have to put content there. Let's just do, we are not yet done, but let me first do something before just looking at how it looks like or trying it in the browser. Let me do something here. So here we have the views, and inside these views you can create another folder. We can call it includes. And this includes directly, so I want to create navigation bar. So I just create a file called nav.blade.php, and in that navigation bar what we are going to do is to go to our theme here, scroll up and look for the navigation bar. So this is our navigation bar. So just copy that, and then you can just take it up to the header part of it. So you just copy that and go to our navigation bar and paste that. Okay, so after that we have to import it in our layouts here. So just go to the layouts front.blade.php, and then you have to import it inside this body. So what we are going to do is at include like that. And what do we want to include? We want to include a file called nav.blade.php, and where is it? It is in the folder called include. So you do includes dot. You can do dot or you can do like this, but I'm just doing dot. The name of the file is nav. So as you can see, Blade has many ways, as this simple syntax you can use in your in combination with the HTML. So only this is going to it has already imported this code and placed it just there. Okay, and now if we use this, we have to do another one is yield, and here we will call it content. So you want all the contents of other pages to come down here just after the navigation bar. Okay, so just save that, and after saving that, I love to go back to the about. Of course, I already imported the layout in the about, and also welcome.blade.php. I already imported that. So let's now go and save it or visit the home page and see how it looks like, because we have already imported our theme. I will go back here, right, and refresh, and you can see, you can see we have already done it, and we are now using that template. Okay, and you can see the about pages here. So we can use this navigation bar everywhere we want. Okay, we can use it everywhere we want in our pages. It is not displaying image. Let me see why that image is not being displayed. Go back to front. Now it is in the layouts and includes actually. Then now, so let's see why that image is not being. So it is not visible because of this part. Remember, we have to use like that. So that you have to use all the files you want to import from the public directory. That is the easiest way of importing. So like that. So inside the theme, it has to look for the image img. So let's save that and go back and refresh and see. And there you have the image. So basically that is how we can import our theme. But let's finish the process of importing. We've just done the navigation bar and in fact this header should not be there because it is there for every page. But let's do this. Let's now import the main content section. So the main content. So let's just copy the main content section, all of it up to here. Just copy and we'll bring it inside the, we can create folder called pages. You can just create inside the views, you can create a directory and call it pages, and inside that pages we can call it home. Just call it home. We call it home.blade.php. Inside that one we will paste that code. But remember, you have to bring also the header, because that header is for different pages. For example, let me show you what I mean. If we go to the theme, where is it? This is the theme. If we click on contact, look at this section. If we click at contact, you see this place changes, right? So this one is dynamic. So you don't have to include in the navigation bar. Navigation bar does not change, but this one changes. So meaning that you have to go to includes and then nav and then remove this header. Just cut that by Control X, and each page as it is on. So this one belongs to home page. We go up here, then we paste that. And so let's save and go back and see how it looks like. So great. So we've just integrated but how is it? Oh no, you have to import it. You have to import this home page. That is the home page. We have to import it. Where are we importing? We have to import it inside the welcome, because welcome is the home page. So we just do here, instead of that, we just do at include where is it, pages.home, like that. And if let's save that and go back and refresh and see. And as you can see, now we have the, oh, we forgot deleting this. We have to delete the header from the nav. We have to delete. Okay, we didn't save that, so let's just save and refresh again. And now we have our home page. As you can see, they look exactly the same as that of the theme. Now that is how we have imported that theme, and we will be using all the other pages. Will be using them. We'll be creating them in our pages directory here. Okay, so I hope you followed very well, and this, I'm going to work on this blog in this section, and if we followed quite well, and I'm going to show you how we can now create a blog. And now as we do this, you are going to understand how to handle databases and how to create functions that we call them controllers in Laravel. So let's meet in the next section. Thank you so much.